Well, trading is closed on the 7th of July, 2023. As always, we'll start with our disclaimer, go over our calls, and make some predictions. This is my trading plan for Monday, which is the 10th of July. Remember, my calls can be wrong. Trade at your own risk. Well, I didn't really make a call for today because we had the employment report coming out. I was thinking the early morning trade would let us know if we were going to have the standard rally or a straight line drop. Didn't happen in the morning, but eventually we got the straight line drop, which is a failure of the normal pattern. You don't have to be a master technician to see we had this topping formation, gap down, fill the gap. That's resistance, and resistance held. MEJT did leave a target behind, 44.38.35. I'm not counting on that printing. And the odds are pretty good that this is going to follow through Monday morning, and we'll wind up adding this to the list. But for now, it's a live target, even though I don't think it's going to print. I think it's more likely we'll see this one first, 43.17.52, but certainly isn't a guarantee. MEJT early on said this drop wouldn't stick, it was false. Said this rally wouldn't stick, it was false. Said this wouldn't stick, it was false. Now says this drop won't stick, and it's false. But I think that's really out of reach, but you never know. Well, this is what we said. We said we couldn't count the current decline as being over, even if we rallied, but it actually might not be too far away. The end of the decline, that is. Well, I needed 3 waves down, if this is the right count, which of course we don't know. You can count this as A and count this as B, and if that's the right count, wave C should be the end of wave red 2, and then, or at least A of 2, and then we can start the big rally I'm waiting for. So let's focus in on what's happened since this recent high. Well, you could certainly count this as an ABC down. You can count this as an ABC up with good fibs. And now you want C to have some kind of Fibonacci relationship to A. It's equal to A at 43.56.96. That's possible. But this is a diamond on stilts pattern. Here's your stilt, here's your stilt, here's your diamond. The first challenge of the origin of the left stilt finds support at or just under it. But if it is challenged again, and the challenge isn't immediate, tends to break in grand style, making a more plausible target 43.11.58. And what's interesting is if you take this high, 44.58.48, and you take the 43.11.58 target, 50% comes right here at this low, which would make that price a Fibonacci target of the prior consolidation as well. So there's a lot of support at this level, 43.11.58, and if we hit it, there's a good chance that's going to be the end of this drop. But again, just because that number works, it doesn't mean some other number won't. We have to use the mixed signals rules, which are here, and these are the patterns we're looking to see next week. That should be high. I really do know how to spell. Monday's pattern has the early low. We could still gap up. Signals are mixed. Bullish, there's a higher MEJT target, and that the volatility index is given a Bollinger Band reversal buy signal. In terms of time, these tend to occur near lows. But it's not bullish at all. It's quite bearish. Today's normally bullish pattern was not. and absent gapping and overtaking the high a day, this should lead to lower prices on Monday, regardless of how we close. The straight line drop on the Friday nearly always carries over into Monday morning, so it's very likely we gap down. There's wave and balance at 43.1158. It's one candidate for a low, but other numbers might work too. So it's the pattern with the early low. This normally follows through. Looking for one more drop, but that might be it before the bull starts. And that's today's call.